Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm gonna share my experience with the Master Duelist Cup 2023 and with which deck I managed to reach duel level max. Let's do it. So the secret deck I managed to obliterate everyone is none other than Galaxy Eyes, and not your everyday Galaxy Eyes build from the clueless people I see, but an OTK variant. That's right, an OTK Galaxy Eyes build which incorporates Maxi and Cowboy the Grave, which are essential. I have tried the build without them and it's just not working here in Master though. I played this deck in the TCG competitively and it runs like well-oiled machine, absolutely destroying everything in its path. In the Master Duel meta you need to play it Maxi, 1 to 3 ashes depending. You can include one more hand trap because if you go second, you go second blindly every game. If you use Maxi, you will be able to draw into the hand traps and use them on your opponent's turn. Otherwise you will just draw the board breakers like Lightning Storm, Triple Tactics Talent and Triple Tactics Trust, which are essential. They act as a board breaker and as an engine piece because Triple Tactics Trust can search your normal spells, which, as I call them, they are your power spells. With them you OTK. This deck is so strong that you can OTK boards with 5, 6 or even 7 interruptions, and it has a 1 card OTK alliance, which there are a couple of them, and with them you OTK almost every game. I have 80% win rate with this deck in the Duelist Cup, and overall my experience was pretty solid. It was mildly difficult to reach duel level max. You OTK pearly boards, if you draw like a droplet, they use the noir. You droplet the noir, discarding a monster, they cannot respond anymore, and then you are able to OTK. You could consider playing Herald of the Abyss, 1 copy of it, and search it with the Trust. You can also play third Trust, maybe in the place of the Lightning Storm. So let me explain the deck. You play all the engine and the core build of the Galaxy Eyes. I just like the 1 Photon Thrasher and 2 Vanisher. You can play 2-2 or 0 Vanisher and 2 Vanisher, but I like them because you can go into Babuska if you are forced to go first. 3 Wizard is essential, 3 Orbital is essential, 1 Summoner is all you need. You can play 2, but if you want to play it as efficiently as possible, 1 is enough. Photon Jumper is 2 or 3 copies. I like the effect where you can skip the battle phase of the opponent, and sometimes it helps you if you draw it with Galaxy Soldier. So you play 3 copies of Galaxy Soldier. Now Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, if you're blindly going second, you can play 2 copies of him. It's possible to OTK with 2 copies, but it's tricky, and you also lose the control game if you are forced and can't OTK on this turn, and if you are forced to make a board so you can stall your opponent and interrupt him and then OTK on the follow-up turn, essentially the 5th turn or your 3rd. It can hurt you if you don't have the 3rd one, but it saves you a couple of brick hands because you play 5 bricks. I don't consider Galaxy Brave a brick because he can be special summoned very easy by revealing a Photon monster. You play a lot of Photon monsters. He can be level 4, level 8, whatever you need. The semi bricks are Afterglow, and sometimes Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon can be discarded by the Soldier and then resurrected by the Trance, so it's kind of a semi brick. The real brick is the Emperor. Also you can discard it with the Soldier, but most of the time if you don't have Soldier, he's a brick. You cannot summon him very easy, and you need to go in other directions of the normal non-linear line to summon him. So he's the garnet of the deck, and you only need 1 copy. The Foolish Burial, 1 Rota. The power spells are Galaxy Expedition, Galaxy Trance, and Numbers Last Hope, which these are the one cards OTKs, the Galaxy Trans and Last Hope, although the Last Hope needs a lot of setup because you need 2 level 8s in the graveyard. Then the main enabler of the OTK lines are the old number 62 and the new Chaos number 62, new Galaxy Ice Prime Photon. He's unaffected by monsters. You absolutely obliterate any deck that cannot out a towers monster like this. If they don't have a spell or trap that pops, they lose, even if you don't OTK them. But he normally OTKs 80 or 90% of the matchups you face. The Afterglow is essential because he doubles the attack, but even without it, if he has 2 or 3 monsters in attack, the new Galaxy Prime Photon can attack up to 3 times each battle phase to monsters. So you can OTK even without the Afterglow, but normally you use it. Then you play the flex spots, which are Lightning Storm, Talents, Trust. And I like to use Hyper Galaxy because you can search it, and it's an engine card you can use Port Break and enable your combos summoning Galaxy Ice Photon from the deck or hand to the field. And 2 droplets, normally I always play 3 droplets, but because I faced a lot of Kashtira's, I used 2. Most other boards lose just a droplet. If you draw Lightning Storm and droplet, there is almost nothing you cannot break. You Lightning Storm the back row, you use the droplet, then to the graveyard the Lightning Storm, or for example you have drawn a Photon Jumper, send it as well. Your opponent cannot respond with spells, monsters, you negate 2 to 3 monsters on their field, destroy every spell or trap, and then the Jumper is sent to the graveyard and you can search it. The droplet just is like an engine card in the Galaxy Ice deck because you need the Photon Dragon in the graveyard. You can even send the Emperor to the graveyard, they need to activate its effect. So droplet is very good. The only reason I play 2 because of Kashtira, but there is no problem playing 3 copies and 2 Lightning Storms. These are your flex spots, the Maxi, the Call by the Grave, Ash, Hyper Galaxy, Lightning, the Tactics and the Trusts. These cards can be swapped for whatever you feel like using and whatever you feel like you need in the current metagame, in the Duelist Cups metagame or in ranked. So you can readjust them. I really like the droplet and the Lightning Storm. Trust and Talents are really strong, and the Hyper Galaxy, and I feel like you need Maxi and Cold Buy and at least 1 Ash. This is not my final build, but with this and a couple of variations of this, I managed to blindly second OTK 80% of my opponents and reach the level max. Also, I forgot to mention, you play triple Galaxy 100. This deck, if you are forced to go first, can sometimes brick, but can sometimes play through the first turn and assemble a very good board. The problem is with going first, normally there is a trick only Galaxy Ice players know. In the TCG it's a little complicated, but this monster doesn't work exactly the same in the TCG and OCG. And basically here in Master Duel they use the OCG ruling, which is not beneficial for the full combo, and this monster doesn't protect everything from targeting. In the TCG it does protect every other monster summoned after him, after he uses its effect to protect, but in the OCG it protects already existing monsters on the field, and newly summoned are not getting the protection. So here in Master Duel he's part of the combo, but you cannot use him as efficiently. So your end board will be Starlish, Galaxy Photon, Emperor, Photon Lord, and the Link monster, Soul Flare Dragon, which are 2 interruptions and a protection, but normally in the TCG they are protected from targeting, and you can incorporate number 38, Hope Harbinger, which can negate the spells. And in this case the Trusts and the Talents are a really good target for the number 38 to negate. So here in Master Duel you are exceptionally vulnerable, and you cannot use them in the first board as efficiently as in the TCG. So that's the reason why I choose to normally play this deck going second even in the TCG. it's better in my opinion. It's superior to go and play it as an OTK variant because you have one card OTKs that as I said, obliterate everything. So in the extra deck you have Baguska, Starlish, 2 Galaxy Photon. I don't understand why people play 1, 2 are enough. 3 is too much, 1 is not enough, 2 is perfect. You're sometimes forced to play a control game. It does come up. So you play the number 62 and the Chaos number 62. They are the OTK line. It was a time where I played 2 number 62 because sometimes they out the first and you summon the second one with another pair of level 2 level 8 monsters. But it does not come that often, so I decided to play 1 of each. The full armor, number 38, Cypher, number 90, Galaxy Cypher Blade, Galaxy Cypher Higgs, Zeus, which is really important. You cannot summon him sometimes because he conflicts with the trance, but in the moments you can, he also outsports and helps you continue playing, so you can OTK in the follow-up turn. And then Galaxy Ice Soul Flare Dragon, 2 copies. He's the part of the final board if you're going first, and he also helps you in the control game, and he also helps you OTK because he baits interactions. Another card I wanted to mention, and I really like this card, was the Photon Sanctuary. I really like this card, and I played it at the beginning. Let's say 1 copy is enough. I really like it because it baits interactions, but in Master though, you can play it in the TCG 100% at 1 copy or 2 if you feel like it. But in the Master Duel format, you really need the Maxis, the Cold Bite, the Ash, the Trusts and Talents, Lightning Storm. There is a lot of the deck space you're required to use, so I eventually decided to cut it, but it's a really good card. Sometimes he can brick you, but sometimes he can save you from the brick, so it's a 50-50, but overall a great card. Another thing, I play 45 cards because I don't want to draw the bricks. It pairs really nice with the going second strategy. You draw 6 cards, the chances of drawing a brick is same as playing 40 and going first with 5 cards, but you also play a lot of going second cards, so you almost always see 1 or 2 board breakers, OTK everything. The pure engine of the Galaxy Photon deck can play with a good hand through 3 or 4 interruptions even if they don't know what you're doing. So you pretty much OTK everything, and if you're forced first, you can still play, and you can also play in the control game. So this is what I used. I will soon make a TCG guide for this deck, and also if you want I can show you a couple of replays in the next video. Bye for now and peace.